access to responsibility masks. In the theoretical framework of string theory, 6 extra dimensions are said to be compacted by other 3 spatial dimensions are not. Time is also considered as an extra dimension. While it might sound strange to realize string theory would require 26 space-time dimensions, and simple string theory would require 10 space-time dimensions in order to be consistent. These 2 numbers already occur in common, often a bit other technicality attractors. What is more amazing is how the clear BL manifold with really flatness string theory's juice resembles the 2-headed clock. A god of duality, like harmony and chaos, or possibly rather a middle world which are separated from being united together. In quantum physics, there is wave-particle duality.
All right, everybody, what's happening? It's exciting here. Something crazy's happening. I've got to think on my feet. I've got to think quickly. Got some special guests in the house today to help me go through this final selection process. What we've been talking about, the Autofreak Remix Challenge. So, just to let you know, I've got a little technical issue to deal with at the top of the show. Bear with us. Let's bring it in and get started and see if we can get these friendly faces on the screen with me. All right, what's up, everybody? John Selway here. It's Techno and Electro Saturdays today, and I am excited because we're going to be talking about the winners of our voting of our poll for the Remix Challenge submissions. And I've got a couple of guests in here with me, which I've just got to sort out, like I said, some technical issues to make it happen. But yeah, you're all here. I'm glad you're here with us. And before we dive in any further, yes, this is the 343 Labs Music Production School here in New York City and in Berlin and then online. And if you want to know more about what we do, there's the links below. And that's just going to be that. I'm not going to talk any more about it because I've got to figure out how to get my guests on the screen now. So let's see. Let's bring in my first guest. We've got Angel Alanis. What's up?
Hi.
Can you hear everybody hear Angel?
I hope not. Oh, kidding.
Yeah, you know, you're just supposed to be seen and not heard, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is where now I've got to try to figure out how to bring in my last minute surprise guest. So I've got to do some OBS like jujitsu here and be really like flexible and get into different angles and things. But let's see. I'm looking for my guest scene, which is where, oh my God, is right here. And then I'm going to turn on. That's not it. There it is. Aha! There we go. Are you both on right now? Does everybody see both Christian Smith and
Yes.
Angel Alanis. I haven't done a multi-guest show in like years, I feel like. So I was I wasn't sure what was going to happen when I did that.
I see him now. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let me also fix Christian's aspect ratio. It's important that we get the correct aspect on Christian. What's up, everybody? I got Christian Smith and Angel Alanis with me. This is amazing. How you doing?
Fun.
Very good. Angel, are you there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I don't hear Angel.
Ah, crap.
Oh no.
Okay,
But-
so that's no good.
But if anybody can do all these technical things, it's you. So I have faith in you, and I'm sure you can fix that very fast.
Well,
But
I can't promise that.
I'm just looking at the ratings here, and quite a lot of people voted. That's really good.
Yeah, we got a really good response. So, okay, that's the first thing that we're going to address. And all right, it's a little difficult that you guys can't hear each other. We'll manage. If Angel, if you have a question for Christian, I'll relay it to him, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got time to fix that right now. I think we should just get on with the show. Okay, so
I can hear him.
oh, but he can't hear you?
Yeah.
Wacky. All right. Okay. Well, that's something to figure out for a future live stream. But for right now, let's see how this works.
Okay.
All right. So I'm bringing up. So this is the first time everybody's seeing this. We've been doing this voting for weeks now. So this is the results of the online poll, and it's organized by number of votes and ratings. Right. So I can say, at the top of the show, the winner of the poll with the most votes and the highest rating is Marco Freudenberg, right? The Marco Freudenberg remix. And I don't know, congratulations. This seemed to be the one that the most people responded to. Let's take a listen to it. And just as a reminder, let me know that you can hear that, Christian.
All good.
All right. Now, we can talk a little bit. This isn't like totally like another full feedback session, although we are going to discuss a little bit about how to go on to the next stage of this process.
Can you go to the middle of the track?
Oh, actually, I don't even know if I can skip through in this view. We might have to switch to another player. But
I think there should be
But if not, I'm getting the feeling. So
yeah.
it's all good.
So I don't know if you listened to this one, Christian, because I thought you would. You gave me some favorites when we talked about this, and you didn't
but
pick this one.
I don't remember that one, to be honest.
Really?
Maybe I overlooked it.
You might have missed it. All right, that's why I gave you the spreadsheet.
I looked at that as well. Anyway. That sounds good. But I gotta say, there were a bunch of good stuff.
Oh, so many. That's why. All right, I'm going to pause this for a second. That's why I just want to explain to everybody. Today was supposed to be we're announcing the winners' day, right? And, life happens. I've been really busy at 343 and with my family and doing all my other work. And also, it has been really tough to decide, right? Like, there are a lot of good tracks to choose from here.
Yeah.
And, one of the reasons I've got my advisors here is to give me some input, right? Because I have some ones that I respond to that I like, and then there's the ones that everybody voted on, and then there's like all the stuff we're going to talk about more. Is like how do we approach this from an A&R perspective? How do we take these and narrow it down to like put together for a release that's cohesive, that fits on a particular label or is on my label, or what would Christian do if it was on his label? Like that's kind of what I wanted to make today about, was not just announcing the winners, but having a discussion about what it takes to put a good release together.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah. So anyway, should we? Let's just continue. All right. We can come back to this if you want to get into like detail on tracks. But just again, Marco Freudenberg is the remix is the number one choice.
Congrats.
Of the viewers and everyone who
Sounds good.
voted, and it sounds I know the mix is good, the arrangement is good, and it's got this kind of hypnotic vibe that just flows. It would definitely fit in a DJ set. And all right, so now I wanted to have two winners, an electro winner and a techno winner, and this is actually, I have to say, the crowd favorite for electro is also my favorite. which is Kenny Towen's Automatic Beat remix.
It was my favorite too.
Right.
It's my number one on my list.
So let's take a listen to that real quick, especially like the first, how this track kicks in is great. For this kind of dark, funky, weird electro. I really like this.
I turn you on.
Yeah, I like that. I like that little. Yeah, it's great.
That is sick. That little chopped up, pitch bent bass element.
Yeah. I got to hear this for the first time because I have my big speakers.
Wow. Marco Freudenberg says his mix was not mastered yet. I thought it sounded like it is. It's so compressed.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
For somebody good and it'll sound
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah. That's always the goal. Get the premix on good.
Right. This is great.
Yeah.
Kind of like toy together style.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Well, you'll hear when this little lead comes in, it's even more like that. There you go.
Every night, I'm automatic. Inside your mechanism, I'm automatic.
So,
I turn you on.
all right, I feel like I have to rush through this. I don't know why. We've got almost a whole hour to go. But what were you going to say?
You got me for another 10 minutes, so.
All right, yeah. I guess that's why we're rushing into this. Okay, so that's the techno winner and the electro winner. Now let's keep going down the list a little bit and see what we got next. So, all right, help me out here, guys. Some of these remixers submitted 2.
Yeah.
Right?
If I can say something,
Yeah.
I went through all of them, and it really depends what you're looking for. I mean, like the voting is like this Oscar remix is really good. It's kind of minimal Spanish style, but I also thought that what's his name? Oh my god!
The Ohm remix. Maybe?
Electro, the Zach Saylor mix
Oh.
was the best sounding electro remix. So it depends what.
So
what a
much of
label
this is
looking for, you know.
Well, that's exactly what I was getting at before. All right, so
Yes.
I've got the reason why I said some of these remixers have 2, right? Oscar Cuidad has 2 remixes. Both are very good. I like one specifically. The one that was voted for, which would be like the number 2, second place in the vote, was the version 1 remix. So let's listen to that real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, this is good, right? This is straight away a DJ tool.
Yeah.
It's going to get the dance floor going in the right set.
I turn you on.
Everything sounds balanced.
Yeah.
I can hear, for example, Oscar Madero saying this.
Sure.
That's it. 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 That's it.
Quite minimal and not much is happening. But that's okay.
Yeah.
This also reminds me of like old features.
Yeah.
Feature style.
Regis, yeah. Sounds like audio injection, as I told her. I was talking about earlier.
Hey, everybody. I just want to make sure that the crowd, that the viewers can hear both Christian and Angel talking over the music.
Oh, now it's got a little surgeon thing going on.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I like the old school stuff, right? And I think, all right, we can probably stop it there. I think that's most of the track. That's really good. It's got a lot of energy. It's hyper. And that's the number 2 winner of the techno category, right? Or the second place winner. But then you got this other one from the same guy, which I also like a lot. So I'm personally conflicted about if I had to choose one.
The first one.
You're confidently saying the first one.
For me.
I would say first one.
This one's darker, right?
Yeah.
Yes. It's cleaner as well. The other one is more unique.
Yeah. I'm not hating this one, but I like the other one better.
All right, everybody, I just turned up the guest microphone levels. Let me know if you can hear them. Woo! The music is loud. Maybe I should turn that down.
The music is loud.
Yeah. It's dirty.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
But I still prefer the other one.
Yeah, this one's like really, but the other one is more. The other one's more kind of upbeat, a little more positive. This one's kind of.
Yes.
I like both of them.
But it's good. Yeah.
You know, and if this was like, I mean, this is another thing that we were talking about earlier, actually, before Angel, where like we're talking about these remixes and how much of like an original track with my samples on it versus a more deep kind of reworking of the original parts that uses more of the, you know, the sounds and the melodies from the original. This is basically not the track at all, except for my voice that comes in every now and then. So that's a consideration that I have to think about when I make my final selection for the lineup on the release. Is like, is that like? I have to weigh that. Like, how good is the track? How playable is the track versus how much does it fit the project and how much does it fit the label? So. But yeah, all right. So I think we can confidently say that the Oscar Cuidad Remix V1 is definitely the second place winner in the techno category. Let's move on to Electrotechnic. Yeah, you got something to say?
Are these all students of yours, or
no? These are
for anybody?
A couple of them, but for the most part, this is people who watched the stream that are in the community that wanted to take part. Yeah, this has been this has been a public process.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. So we have got Electrotechnic, and this is definitely the number 2 winner in the techno category. Electro category. Is that what I said?
You said techno.
Oh my God! Where's my brain? Electro. I meant electro. It's all the same to me, Christian.
This is definitely a little quieter, but it's good.
Well, compared to the last track,
yeah.
I just turned it down. I'll turn it up a little bit.
There you go.
Like those last couple of tracks we listened to were like limited and loud. This one is not. This is more dynamic. I would say this probably hasn't been mastered.
Yeah, the other one sounded like -9 loops.
And this is just like
7.
This is like
LUFS.
pure classic electro, right?
Yes.
Who's beeping? I like how he used the vocals. Just right for this. And he changed the timing of them in a good way. Like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
What do you think, Christian?
I think this. Hold on just a second. I think this is very good. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is very good. It's a bit old school, but for electro, old school is good.
It works. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So yeah, no, this is really cool.
Nice
Ooh,
key chains.
I like that key change right there. Yeah.
I think I missed that the last time.
Yeah.
When was the last time you heard a key change in a track?
I did one on my last track.
Oh wow.
I used to do that a lot, yeah, but I haven't done it in a while. Yeah.
But it's a melodic house, so very different.
Yeah, I think this is good. I mean, we've heard from this guy before in previous feedback sessions, and I'm really glad that he took part of this remix challenge. I'm glad we got this style of an electro track in there. And this definitely releasable. Like this could easily be on a good solid electro release. Another thing I was thinking about though is like I have sort of an electro label. Jason Shostak and I, BPMF, and I have a more experimental, weird, kind of nerdy electro label. And I would put this out on it, but it does go outside of the sound of the label a little bit. So that's one of the other things I have to take into consideration when the final release gets put together. Speaking of, I do want to do 2 releases, just so everybody knows, like an EP of techno and an EP of electro, rather than mixing it up. I think it will be easier to kind of market it that way. Would you agree, Christian?
Yes.
Just straight up yes.
No, it's good to separate things, but I love electro as well. There was one other electro remix in this list that
there
I
are
really
a bunch
enjoyed.
of them actually.
His name is Sailor or something like that. He's in the top 10.
Yeah.
I really like that because of the production quality.
Sure.
Like the last 2 that won or that did better, maybe were musically more interesting, but the mix down of the Zact Sailor remix is really, really good.
All right, well, we're going to get to that one because, I think it might be the next electro mix here. I think that might be unless I'm forgetting, I think that might be the number 3.
The Nils remix was pretty good.
The Nils is kind of techno and electro, right?
Yeah, it kind of mixed,
I wasn't sure. I mean, I think it's mostly techno. All right, well, we'll get to it. All right, so anyway, congrats to Electrotechnique for getting second place in the electro category. And then, all right, we already listened to the second Oscar Ciudad, and we all determined that the version 1 was the best one, right? So we're just going to skip that one. And let's go for this remix. What was that, Christian?
I like that
I think I would release that. I would be up for that. It's like, but it's obviously it's your track.
Which one?
So this Oscar Ciudad, I like that. It's like it's really to the point.
I will give you the license for the track, and you can release it.
Sure.
I'm sure he would be psyched to have a track on Tronic. No. Yeah, see, and that's another thing. Like, I want to explain myself to the viewers and everybody who submitted that, like, why is this not a definitive? These are the winners that are getting released day. This is because of this very thing, is discussing with labels about that aren't mine about the possibility of releasing it. Christian just said he might take one of these tracks, so I think it's maybe good that I didn't finalize the release yet, right? So we can be flexible here.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So congrats to Oscar. You've got a connection with Christian today. All right. So let's check out which is going to be the third place techno track or remix here in the challenge from.
I like this one.
Yeah, I like this one too.
Yeah.
Like the a little more low key.
It's very truncate to me, but still pretty good.
Right. That's another consideration for releasing records is, does it sound different, or is it just another track that sounds like a lot of tracks, right?
I'm not saying it's bad.
No.
I personally put a lot of emphasis on being different, because it's easy to copy whatever is popular, but it's not easy to have your own sound and to refine that. And I find there's nothing, more rewarding than having your own sound and doing what you love rather than copying whatever is popular.
Wise words.
It's true.
No, I like this one.
I mean, easy to play this in a set for sure.
This is good as well. Yep.
Let's see where it goes.
Proper raw.
Inside your mechanism. Every night. I turn you on. Every night. Inside your mechanism.
I feel like the vocals are a little off, but not a deal breaker.
The timing of the vocal.
Yeah.
I turn you on.
It's a subtle thing.
Every
Yeah.
night.
But I'm just using here it the other way.
Right.
It's not. Reminds me of that feat track by Josh Wink.
We talked about that on the first time we went through all these. Is that it has that little similarity.
Yeah.
Do you remember that track we're talking about? The Josh Wink.
Freak.
Freak.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, you know this is gonna work.
Fuck yeah.
This is a,
good, man.
you know, this is a track that would get played. I'm confident.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have quite as much, the first two tracks. Well, let's say the second track. I feel like the track from Oscar has a little more upbeat energy. This one's a little more low slung and hypnotic, but both will keep a crowd going.
You know what we can do? I just came up with an idea. I unfortunately have to leave now.
Yeah.
But why don't we do a release on Tronic with like 2 or 3 techno mixes, the ones I like the most, and two electro tracks.
Dude, thank you for providing the prize.
No, seriously. Obviously, you're a very good friend of mine. I really respect what you're doing, and these submissions are really good.
Yeah.
So why not?
So you want to do it? You want to do the techno release on Tronic? Is that what you're saying?
No, we do 2 or 3 of the techno, and we do
and the electro.
2 electro, because I release electro as well.
That's
So,
true.
you know,
We've done the compilations.
yeah.
I've been on every compilation pretty much.
Hey, but I'm sorry, I gotta run. So John and I will.
Thanks for dropping that
back to you
bomb.
guys.
I appreciate
gotcha.
that. That's fantastic.
And Angel, sorry I can't talk to you. Let's catch up soon, okay?
Yeah,
Take care,
anytime.
everybody.
Take care. Bye.
All right, see you, man.
Take care, John.
Take care, Christian. Thanks
Bye.
again. All right, so we're gonna watch. We see his laptop closing for the rest of the show. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
All right,
there you go.
all right. So this is a little anticlimactic. It's only
Yeah.
halfway through the live stream, and we've already announced the prize. I mean, I swear to God, I definitely didn't plan that.
Expect that. Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
nice.
expect it.
There you go.
I was all worried because I was gonna do the the electro release on my label for sure on Serotonin
Yeah.
because it's already
Yeah.
set up and has a history and it makes sense, and we haven't put out a record in a while, and it gives us something to get going with and to talk about.
Yeah.
But okay, Christian just came in, the guy who does Tronic Records, who's like, all right, he's mainly obviously known for techno. It's like one of the top selling labels on Beatport, whatever that means for the rest of the world. For DJs, it means a lot though.
Yeah.
And he's got a really good promo situation. He's getting his releases in the hands of all the big DJs. So I would say thank you again, Christian, for stepping up. And I'm really glad that we took the time to have him come in at the beginning there, off the cuff. This was just like a surprise that this happened. So yeah, thanks everybody. Good night. No, that was supposed to be the end of the show. All right, but we have to keep going, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But let's just take a pause here before we dive in. I mean, we got the top 3 techno. I'm sorry. Let's do the number 3, the electro. Well, let's see what's next, and then we'll take a little break because I need to calm down. So we've got the Nilst remix. Let's check that out.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
I like this one. It's cool.
Well, yeah, and I like that he used the vocoder from the original.
It's a nice little hybrid track. It says starts off with a really nice techno groove and it kind of breaks into electro at the end. It's nice.
Right, that's what I thought it was a little different, right? This is, it's kind of a little bit underground, raw, hypnotic techno, and then it does something different. This is one of the ones that was a personal favorite for me, actually.
Yeah.
So let's call this, I'm going to call this the 4th place winner in the techno category. Yeah, and it's underground, right? This is like a little more raw. Definitely old school, like a lot of what we've been. I mean, go figure. Old school guy takes an old school track and gets remixes of it. There's going to be some old school vibes.
I turn you on.
This was one that I felt like either could use a little mix touch up or some mastering to kind of bring it to its full potential.
Yeah.
Every night.
A little more low end, maybe.
I turn you on.
But it sounds pretty clean.
Yeah, it is. It's a good mix.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the mastering thing.
Maybe a little saturation in the mastering.
Warm it up.
Warm it up, yeah.
Thicken it up.
Thicken it up, yeah.
I turn you on.
Tube it up, Angel.
Tube it up. I know. Run into some tape.
There you go. We have to let it play to get to the electro-y part.
I know, it's at the end, which is not a horrible thing, but...
I usually don't like tracks that switch back and forth between techno and electro beats. I usually like one or the other, but this one works. Good transition.
Yeah. I'm starting to kind of get away from the 4/4 clap. It's hard to do.
Christian and I keep doing it.
I know, it's...
You're from Chicago. You have a license to do that.
Yeah. You know, the first time I went to Germany, they were making fun of me over there about that. Oh, you're from Chicago. You love that 4/4 clap. Oh, I was like, screw you.
All right, I'm going to let this play until it gets to the breaky electro-y part, and then we'll move on.
Yeah. No, this is good. I like this.
I didn't realize this player that's attached to the results doesn't let you go forward.
Okay.
See, I'm clicking on... Oh, there it goes. I figured it out.
Oh, it's there.
You have to click like 1 pixel.
Okay. That's good. I like this one.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
This was a nice surprise.
Yeah, you go.
You could have done the whole mix like this.
Yeah.
And put in some heavy like electro bass, and then you would have.
That's something I would play, honestly, because the way it changes.
Definitely.
But that's me.
I'm jamming now. All right, so that's
yeah.
We got to it. So this is a really good, solid 4th place. I mean, I personally, even though it's kind of not as full and powerful, big, peak time sounding as a couple of the other techno tracks, I kind of groove on this harder personally. So this would be a tough call for me if I had to choose, but I don't have to choose. We could put them all out. Well, it's Christian ultimately now. Now that Christian stepped up to be like the big label guy, he's going to be, I have to give it up to Christian to like decide what fits. So he's going to be, he's going to do the A&R process from these winners, I guess. I guess that's what we're going to do. All right. So that's the 4th place for the techno category. Let's get to the 3rd place for the electro, which is Zach Saylor. And I guess that last one is sort of, it has a little electro in it, but you know, you got your peanut butter and my chocolate. You got your chocolate and my peanut butter. 2 great tastes that taste great together.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. That commercial from the 80s?
This one's cool.
This is a really good one. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wish this was coffee.
I wish this was coffee.
Just pure, clean New York water.
What I like about this one is that it's not overly produced.
It's clean and open and not. It's just
the bass line sells it to me. It's just really nice and groovy, and doesn't need much. Sometimes less is more, right?
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard this. I was like, definitely using the original melody nicely. Well, from the electro version. This is another complicated thing about this process, is that there were 2 originals.
Yeah.
A techno original and electro original. And the electro original has this melody, and the techno version does not.
that.
There's that vocoder.
Yeah.
I almost wish it was a little louder.
A little mastering could fix that.
Or there's a, hey, Zach, could you turn that track up a little bit in your mix?
Yeah. That's one thing I use the Ozone for sometimes. I don't use it for mastering.
Oh, right. Just
it has that, you can have that balancing plug, that little module in it where you can bring up the vocals a little bit.
Yeah.
It's really good for that. And sometimes I use it for that when I master someone else's music with the vocals kind of hidden. It kind of opens that up. It's a kind of trick. I don't use Ozone for mastering, but I use it to clean up aspects of the
stem adjustment.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice feature.
All right. So this is a good one. Every night. Okay, so
good. I like that.
We're a little bit past the halfway point. Let's chill here for a minute and remind everybody that this is 343 Labs. Well, this is Selway's Techno Saturdays, brought to you by 343 Labs Music Production School. Here I am in the content studio. You can't tell because there's a green screen. You can't see anything, but I swear.
You can see all the bunnies behind me.
You got bunnies? I have what looks like a kitchen, but there's no sink. There's no stove. Yeah. There's no dishwasher. It's just like kitchen cabinets. Which it's terrible for a studio because it's like glossy white finish. So like it looks terrible. Like that's why I use this big ass green screen here.
It's actually kind of cool. It's underground.
It's very underground, yes. And I've had, I keep thinking about it. I've had this same setup. I've been doing, when I first started streaming, it was different because I was in my living room in my apartment during COVID.
Yeah.
But like the look of the show has roughly been the same for like 4 years now.
Okay.
Where it's like green screen, graphics. It's like I feel like I need a refresh. Like I need an update. Like I need a new design for my stream.
You just have like random YouTube videos playing in the background. Like, I don't know.
Well, I could get more fancy with the OBS stuff. Or I think about simplifying it. Like maybe not, I don't know. The green screen is great.
Or have like Bruce Lee movies playing in the background or something.
Yeah, I could be more creative instead of just using the same old like trippy video synthesizer that I'm playing with now.
I think that's fine. I think nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it looks good.
Anyway, I care. Anyway, I just felt like I needed to think about something else for a minute.
Yeah.
And also, just a little bit more about 343 Labs. We are finishing up our quarter. And, it's right before the holidays, and we have some graduating students. And it's kind of funny having a school with multiple graduations in a year.
Yeah.
Isn't that odd? It's not like, a college. Exactly. We have cohorts that, for our 1-year program, that start, it's on a rolling basis, right? So you'll have a cohort starting in September, a cohort starting in January, and so on, right?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because there's a lot of people around, and we have all these live events we did recently. All of the 1-year program students have to like learn how to perform live.
Maria's here.
Hey.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's cool. You'll have to squeeze in if you want to join us because of the camera, or maybe she'll just play with the cat.
Yeah.
Dude, we got it all today. We have not only Christian Smith dropping in to save the day and to offer Tronic to do the releases on, which was just amazing, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna plug in her headphones in for her real quick.
Do you have the splitter?
And then now we have none other than Maria Gertz and your cat.
Yeah, my cat.
Which anytime there's a cat on a stream, it's like we win.
Yeah,
we're good.
Well, he's a nice cat. He's very lovable and friendly, which is nice. Other cats are kind of assholes. Sorry for the language. Can you hear everything? Okay, can you hear it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, I can now.
Okay, well, you can't hear us, but you can hear me.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Sorry, I'm late.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It was fun.
I heard yeah, that's what I heard. You went with your friends to a drag brunch.
Yes, it was so much fun. Drinks were had.
Well,
Drinks were had.
How you feeling?
Great. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah. The food didn't come through initially, and so they gave everyone 2 extra drink tickets.
Oh, Perfect. More drinks on an empty stomach.
I know. It worked out great. But then pizza came, so that's it.
Cool. So we've been going through, just so you know, you were on here before when we did the first feedback session for this remix challenge, and we went through everything. And then we did the vote. And
Christian was on for a minute.
And Christian was on for a minute as a surprise. And and he I had already asked him just to get his feedback, because I've been as I was saying to everybody before, like I've been struggling to decide what to choose, and so getting input from you guys, getting some picks from Angel, getting having Christian in the mix, and I'm really glad I asked Christian, because hey, ask the guy with the big label, right? So yeah, he's into it. So we are able to say, we're gonna do a techno release on Tronic and an electro release on Tronic with these remixes. So I'm psyched. And that was like we got the big news before the end of the show. So now it's just all downhill from here. But you're except that you came on and you're saving
and
us.
And it came back uphill. Yeah.
Now we're going back up. And the cat.
Yeah.
So let's keep listening to some of these top mixes, right? We got through the top 4 techno versions, and we've gotten through the top 3 electro, and I believe the next one is going to be. Let me get back onto the view here so everybody can see.
I think it's the Will G.
The Willie G's emotional freak remix.
Yeah.
Right, so this is the number 4, the 4th place electro remix. Angel, you gave this vote you gave this a rating of 5. You were really nice.
Very emotional track. I mean, I really like this kind of stuff, but it's not something I would play out, but it's something I would listen to. Which is, not to say I wouldn't play it at like a early morning set or something. But it's so good.
Yeah. This is definitely one of my personal favorite electro versions.
Yeah.
Because it's taking it in such a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a nice contrast. And that helps it to stand out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
Simple, but defined like.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot.
The simplicity is nice. Very subtle.
Really nice listen. Top shelf musical electro for me.
Yeah. I like that sub bass in the background. It's really nice.
Oh, right. It fills it in really well.
Big fans of that. Yeah.
You guys like the sub bass in your tracks, huh?
We've been doing a lot. Yeah. We've decided that's kind of our thing. It's like with the big breakdown. We've
been doing a lot of that in our tracks. Just putting background, like subtle sub basses in the background. Yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much. It's been a great birthday.
Ooh, right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Slick.
Yeah.
This is really good. All right.
Yeah. Good use of reverb. Everything sounds great.
The mix is great.
Yeah.
I am totally happy with this. I don't even want to stop it, but we have to stop it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I guess at some point we're going to have to stop. Like, how many winners are there going to be? And this is another thing that to talk about is like, there might be interesting tracks that didn't get top votes,
Well, yeah, that's the thing I wanted to touch base about. A lot of times it's just nothing to do with the music. It's good. It just doesn't fit the label maybe, or just doesn't. Or a lot of times it's production quality, not not to say that it's bad.
Mhm.
Like I put out stuff all the time that I like question, like why did I do that? You know, or so it's gonna happen, especially when you record. I was telling you before, when you record in your bedroom,
Mhm.
like I do and we do, they would sort of like you don't always have a nice studio to work in, so it's gonna be hard to nail that down all the time.
Right.
Yeah, it's
And so many times, like you like a track, but then other people don't
Yeah,
love it. But
it's-
then you send them a different one that's not your favorite, and that's the one
and that they
people
love.
like.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so
just,
weird. Yeah,
There's
So
so many
personal.
different tastes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's nothing personal. It's just everyone has such
Different tastes and
different
different-
tastes and
whatever mood they're in that month or that
And-
day.
and
you know?
often like what fits with the vibe you're going with. You know,
Right.
just because a remix is good, it might not really fit with the other ones that you have planned, and so it's not necessarily like the quality of it. It's like so many factors. You know,
Okay.
Yeah,
so many factors.
Well, and just also to think about what to include in this project. Like we're gonna have to, you know, I said earlier the buck's gonna stop with Christian because he's offering his
Yeah.
label, so
Mhm.
he's gonna lean towards tracks that will fit for him.
Mhm.
I'm
Right, exactly.
You know, and I'm gonna definitely give him my 2 cents, my very strong 2 cents on all of it. So, but and also we haven't decided on a limit of how many to include, right? And
Yeah.
with digital releases, I mean, it could be a compilation with 20 tracks. You know, I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
good idea. I feel like we have to draw a line. But for today, you know, do we do like 5 of each? Do we do 6 of each, and then
Yeah, it
call
all depends.
it? Like it's
It's tough, yeah, because I know some labels. We just did a remix for Ghetto Blaster. It's sort of like this acid track, and he has different rounds of the remixes coming out. That they're all really good. Johnny Fiasco, you know, there's all
Right.
kinds of great artists on it, and for him to do a whole compilation of everybody would
too
I
much.
guess, too much. Yeah, so he's doing different rounds of it.
So yeah, I'll have to have this discussion with Christian about like how many tracks are on each release, and then
Yeah.
what if there are tracks that don't fit the release but are still good and could be
Exactly.
released elsewhere. You know, so just letting everybody know that there are opportunities here beyond what we play on the show today. All right.
Yeah.
So what do we have next? I'm just going down the list.
The one of the Functor, or I don't know, sure.
Okay, here's
Functor-
another one with 2 mixes. All
Yeah.
right. So if there's a 5th place in the electro category, or no, was that a?
I think it might be Techno. I think, or maybe he did one Techno one. Like I have it written down here somewhere.
So I want to make sure that I'm getting this right. So like the Kenny Tone is the number 1, the Electrotechnic's the number 2 in the electro category, and then we have Zach Saylor number 3, Luigi number 4. So if we're doing a 5th place, we've got Funk
Alicia's
Tour,
here.
and there's 2 Funk Tour mixes that I think are equally good, and I have a favorite. I actually prefer personally the Midnight remix, but let's listen to the crowd.
The Frederick one.
There's a Funk Tour remix and there's a Funk Tour Midnight remix, and that's how I have it listed here. Well, let's do a little bit of both. All right, we'll give him a little bit of both.
Can I get in here?
No,
Okay. Our friend's here. So.
I've been on enough film today.
I mean, good. All right away.
Yeah.
Send you the link so you can listen.
Don't have any headphones.
Put on your phone.
Oh, there's a plug over there.
Next to you? There's
By the
already one?
couch. Yeah. Like there should be a cord in the side.
I got it.
Mm,
See? Yeah.
this is good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is a personal thing for me. This is a great track. I don't love the bass sound. I wish it was a little more percussive, plucky, rather than that kind of soft, acidy
Yeah, I
kind
get
of sound.
that. I get that.
But it's still good. It's just a personal preference.
Yeah. Our friend Alicia's here. Say hi.
Now you can say hi.
Now it's a party. What's up? All right. We're almost, I mean, with Christian and your friend back there, we might be at the most guests I've had, the most people I've had on the show ever.
You hear this?
Yeah.
How can you hear it?
Okay. Wait, so I'm gonna stop that one there. This is really good. I personally like the even though this is according to the numbers, the winner of the 5th place. I
Okay.
like this one more personally, right?
I think this is the one I picked. Oh wait, oh no. Okay. It was hard to choose, honestly.
Yep.
I think if you do this again, you should limit to one. Pick your favorite and send that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I realize
I like
that.
this.
I feel I said people could do 2, and I should have said no, or I should have said only if you're doing one of each genre.
Yeah.
Sure,
I should.
yeah.
Fair.
That was a
That's
mistake.
fair.
That's on me.
I think I like this one better too. The bassline stands.
The
out
bassline's a lot
little
cooler
more.
on this one,
Yeah.
I like how it's just kind of like.
Like if there's a set, you're gonna remember this one over the other one.
Yeah.
It's more distinctive.
All right. So I'm gonna override the voting on this one. I'm gonna call this one the 5th place. And I think we agree. This is like
Good job.
this is a step up.
Yeah. This one's good.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more catchy and darker and more driving. I mean, maybe if I'm gonna nitpick, maybe that little
Yeah.
lead synth is a bit loud compared to everything else, but
Yeah.
that's fixable.
Yeah.
I assume.
Yeah.
Yep. Very good. I'm still grooving.
Yeah, so good.
Inside your mechanism. Every night.
Oh my gosh, it's already 1:52. We're running out of time.
Yeah, it's okay.
Calling it at 5 is, I think, a good number.
Yeah.
Inside your mechanism.
Okay.
It's usually about right. When there's so many, you get lost in them.
Yeah,
When there's a release with
Yeah.
30, you're like, how am I supposed to listen to that?
Right. Yeah, we gotta and okay, so we got 5 electro, and then we've got this is the 5th, I believe, techno.
What's that booty one that was like?
We have honorable mentions.
Yeah, that booty one's pretty cool because it's booty house. I'm from Chicago and sort of like okay.
No,
I'm
you-
partial to booty.
I am
Yeah.
also
We like-
partial.
Yeah, I'm
We like
partial.
ass and
But
titties.
before we get to that one,
Ass and titties.
this is the 5th place winner in techno, everybody. This is Karsten Becker.
Did it slow down?
I was going to say, feels like it slowed down.
Maybe the internet audio transmission's being weird for you.
Okay, because it started off
Maybe.
a lot faster than just
Uh-huh.
went.
Yeah, that was low latency real time audio compression artifacting or something.
Okay.
Turn that up a little bit. I realized I had the volume down a
Hey,
little bit
there you
low.
go. There you go.
Sorry to the last couple of tracks that weren't loud enough. So, my take on this one, it's really good. It's very professional sounding.
Mm-hmm.
A little outside of my wheelhouse in terms of style.
Mm-hmm.
But I also understand that music like this is very accessible and playable, and for a lot of DJs, probably they would want this.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a digweed sound, or
Yeah, it's kind of got an old school progressive /
Yeah.
techno hybrid thing going on, which is great.
I turn you on.
And it's, well, strong use of the hook. But I would, if it was a little weirder or a little more raw techno instead, I'd probably prefer it. But I
see-
recognize that this is a very solid entry.
Yeah, I could see myself playing this.
Ah, see?
Yeah, again,
Maybe
it
it's more
comes
your
down
vibe.
to
yeah, she's into like stuff like this.
pretty melodic stuff.
A little bit
and-
hypnotic, trancey,
Uh-huh.
kind of easygoing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Whoa, sorry.
It's okay.
I accidentally turned the volume down in a weird way. Like, this could probably work really well in this type of a set.
hmm
I turn you on.
Kind of a builder track, one of those that
And I'm saying this as someone who has dabbled in this area too. Like Christian and I have done some tracks that are in this world. Like it's techno, but a little bit progressive-y at the same time.
Yeah.
There's a good comment in the chat here. This is New York City DJs in the 2000s.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Which is definitely, I would agree with that. All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, we got the 909 ride in there. That means it's techno.
There you go.
We just need to clap. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say something that we should talk about in general, and that Christian has very strong opinions about. I know I just stopped it at that. By the time it takes too long to get good, I think, and that's a stylistic thing. But like nowadays, it seems like tracks have to get there sooner to keep your attention.
Yeah.
People, and it depends on the DJ, it depends on the party. Of course, there are probably situations in a set where you want to have like a 7-minute long journey that takes forever, and it's up to the DJ to take you there.
Yeah, because there's these like moments like like desert parties, or let's say like a dark warehouse in the middle of nowhere. It's like, that's the vibe.
Yeah.
And people are grooving.
Like DBS one. But like that might be the kind of track. That might be the kind of track that needs that time to build. You know, that might be the kind of vibe and the kind of track where when I'm playing this kind of stuff, it's all beginning, building up, and something you're using to kind of build. So that might be the kind of track that.
No, I think it is. And you in the mix, you might not even hear the first half of it by itself. It might be slowly coming in.
You're mixing part of it. Yeah, the first 2 minutes will probably be mixed. So
you can even loop it or something just to get some undertones.
Yeah. So judging it by that, like it definitely deserving of its fifth place.
Yeah, it's all situational, man. Really, it's.
And it's mixed well, and it has it finally gets to the energy there after a while. Yeah. And so, good. Congrats to Karsten. And I guess, if we're going to, I guess we're going to stop there with like official winners, with the caveat that, we're still going to be discussing with Christian what actually ends up on the releases. So, understand that there's a little bit of possibility of some things changing. Yeah. But, as of now, as of the voting, and as of what we have been listening to and agreeing on, those are the top 5 of each electro and techno remixes, and I'm happy to kind of call it there in terms of official rankings. But I guess we can take a few minutes to point out some like maybe honorable mentions, like tracks that are good, that are still ones that I would consider like for. Oh look, this is Christian's handwritten comments that he sent me on some of these tracks.
Fat Groove. That should be the album cover.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what we'll do. We'll do Christian's comments. But so I wanted to give some honorable mentions of tracks that stood out to me for various reasons. So this Tom Relic remix, the Fuzzy Logic, Ionzi, Josh Holiday, and Freak Lab. And actually, Freak Lab was initially one of Christian's favorites that he told me, right? So even though you didn't place in the top 5, Freak Lab, Christian likes your version. So who knows, right? So it might end up being more than just an honorable mention. But I guess
where I placed that.
How do I play these? I can actually just play these directly from my my Google Drive here. Maybe that's easier than going back to the other screen. But we'll see. Is that the right one? Are we hearing that?
I don't hear anything.
It's not playing. What's going on? Something is... All right.
Oh,
there we go.
There you go.
So I wanted to point this one out because I like how it's kind of a cool edit of the original sounds. It's like using more of the track is made of samples from the originals. And I like it.
Where did I put that?
Turn that up a little bit. I think this with like a cleaner, better mix and master would have placed higher.
Yeah, I love the little.
Yeah,
sound there.
I think I put this one to maybe because it's like it's a little resonant there.
Yeah,
You hear
it's
it?
like
kind of hurts your ears a little bit. Yeah, like this could be if this had a better mix, it'd be a really good track. But
Yes.
I had problems with this because
that's why it's an honorable mention. And
yeah.
so, and thinking of this outside of the context of like a contest where people are voting, someone asked, "What are the highlighted things in the spreadsheet?" Those are not final decisions. Those are just first impressions of things that I was picking for favorites. But yeah. So in an A&R situation outside of a contest, if I was like working with, say, like Tom Relic directly as a promising artist to release on my label, there would be give and take. There would be back and forth. There'd be like, "Hey, this is great, but you need to fix this for it to get on the release." So,
Exactly. Yeah.
but it's hard to do that in a contest challenge scenario. So, but anyway, so there's that fuzzy logic, and then and so there's that Tom Relic, and then this is the fuzzy logic, which I think is kind of a similar vibe where it's using more of the original sounds, if I recall correctly. And as soon as this is a really slow way to play back music, apparently.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And it's a little loose, a little loosey goosey, a little ravey, a little more like.
Yeah, like it's not my style, but
No,
I think
it's not. And
yeah.
All right, I'm giving him honorable mention for like trying to get the vibe of the original.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
The percussion, the crash is too much, right? There's a reason why this didn't place higher. Again, it's just kind of like I want to say maybe just I don't know. It's a learning process, this, right? So
yeah, I was talking to you about this earlier. I make so much stuff, and I'm just like, okay, this is too much stuff going on, or I was mixing in my headphones, and the next day I'm like, what was I thinking? I need to revisit and play it in my car, play it somewhere else, which I do a lot of. And then you get to hear a lot of these, inconsistent things happening with the hi-hats.
right.
And it could really make your song not great because of just those little things, subtle things. I'm saying not great as, I'm just saying it could, like that was hurting my ears a little resonant in my headphones.
So this was not ranked highly, but I think,
This is great. I like this one a lot.
really cool to take it in such a way different direction.
Mm-hmm.
More experimental, more dark, more ambient.
And I love stuff like this personally, so that's why I was like, this is really good.
I do.
But I'm into like a minimal dark sound like this personally.
Yeah. So this is definitely points for creativity, for different vibe, for going in a totally different direction. I like it.
And I commend that. I think people should do more of that personally, because just because it doesn't fit this label, it doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah.
I actually really like this one.
That's why Bandcamp has been great.
Yeah,
If it
Bandcamp's
doesn't-
great for that. You find stuff that you'll never hear on Beatport or anywhere else because it doesn't belong anywhere. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can do whatever you want.
So, all right, that's definitely an honorable mention. And how much more time have we got? I mean, it's after 2. I actually have to do a class soon, so I can't take this too much longer. But 2 more honorable mentions. We have Josh Holiday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that one that you like too?
I think so. I think there's one that I like, but I think it had a lot to do with the mixing that was an issue for me.
Right.
Had nothing to do with the song.
All right, and this is another one that's kind of more the original vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, and I think I like this one, but it was just like
a little bit. Yeah, the glitchy vocals, and with the right mix, with the right balance.
Yeah,
this would totally rock in a DJ set.
Oh yeah,
I'd love it. I keep turning the volume down and forgetting to turn it back up again. I don't. There it is.
The very Sven Bath sound like.
Sure.
You know, like. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Something he would play, and it's just
really on a really long set where everybody's completely out of their minds, and you want to make everybody really mental and confused.
Yeah.
You play something like this. Mm-hmm. But it's again the balance, the bass, the mix.
Yeah. Like the
all
kick,
figure into that.
It's just missing the kick. Probably a little mastering would fix that.
Could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of reminds me of like some DJ Dan stuff too, back in the day, like the Zipper track or something. That
sure.
Choppy. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I remember that.
Honestly, yeah, like maybe just a new kick on that with like a little more.
A little mastering or just a better mix. That track would be pretty dope. I like that track actually.
Right. Okay, so and I guess there's two more real quick, and I forgot to type this in there, but we have an honorable mention for the Poleke, or I think that's how you say it, the Chicago-y one.
Oh yeah, I like this one,
or the Detroit-y one. But first we have this is the Freak Lab. This was another one that was an honorable mention for me, and I'm trying to remember why now. It's been so many to remember. But oh right, this is one of the ones also that Christian liked.
Yeah.
And it's very much an homage to the original harder version.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like in a way like a recreation.
I have heard the original harder version.
Yeah, you have.
I have. I guess I have. Yeah.
You remixed it. I gave you the track.
Doesn't mean we listen.
Yeah, no, but there was different versions of it. You said, and I think I grabbed one, but you know, I am an idiot, so I am very forgetful.
And all right, this track is well put together. It's cool sounds. It's arranged well. Mm-hmm. Again, I think it's the mix that held it back in the voting.
Yeah, I agree.
If it had a more contemporary, full round, detailed mix, and it was kind of more like the winners, it probably would have placed much higher in the voting.
And again, like how to help the mixing, like what he had said is we listen to it in the car, on speakers, on headphones, on shitty headphones,
and there's a plugin called Reference.
In our friend's car.
Yeah, there's a plugin called Reference. I don't know if you heard about that, where you plug it, you put it on your master, and you could add like reference tracks, and you could go A and B back and forth, which is a good way to like reference your track to other stuff.
We mix it too.
As I'm mixing, I go back and forth, and I'm adjusting this. I'm referencing from A and B on that. It's called Reference. I forgot in the mix.
Yeah, I know.
In the mix reference, it's super. I think it's free.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
That's been helpful though.
Yeah.
So
moving on. Sorry.
Yeah, let's finish it up. All right, so we've got this one, and I'm gonna throw in. There's another electro one that gets an honorable mention that I forgot to include that we'll do as well. Because I've noticed someone in the chat was like, "What about electro?" And I'm like, "Okay, yes, there is more electro."
There it is, the booty track.
Like this one didn't get very many votes at all. Like people somehow aren't vibing on this right now, but that's not true. There's tons of DJs that play this kind of stuff lately, and like
Lauren Flags,
Ghetto Tracks, and
Hiroko play this. You know,
Ghetto Tech and Footwork, and
yeah.
People are doing a JIT. You know, like I mean,
we always slip a few beauty songs.
We will throw in booty check in our set sometimes.
We always do. I make a point.
So it's I love stuff like this. And like, does it need more low end in the kick drum or something? Like I don't know.
Not
if you listen to those old Dance Mania tracks, they don't have that.
They'll sound like shit.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
But this this is already winning over the sound quality of many of those early Dance Mania tracks, right?
Yeah. The recycled vinyl with hair and pits in the vinyl,
This is totally up my alley.
It's got the smooth chords, you know.
Yeah, this is good.
It makes it a little bit more sexy rather than just gratuitously booty. You know what I mean?
Booty with a message.
Booty.
All right. Okay. So that's definitely strong honorable mention. Like, we were talking about A&R and how the tracks fit on the releases, and like, if you were to pick this as a track for a release, and then you would pick other music that goes with it that complements it, it would make sense. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so one more, and this is this Johann Lord. I don't believe we listened to this yet, right? This is another one that's sort of lower down on the list.
I think so. Yeah. That was on my more like a radio sounding track, I think. It was a, like left field or...
Right, yeah. It's
I have a folder of stuff that's good, but it's not like I would listen to it over and over again, but I think that it's meant for like radio or something. I can't... Does that make sense?
Yeah. Wow, Google is really slow to serve up these. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Really well produced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Amazing mix.
They got West Coast kind of like breakbeat vibe, which I really like.
Right.
Yeah, this is my folder of stuff I would really like to listen to, but
right.
I would never play it as a set. But that's a lie. I don't know. It depends on the situation.
Yeah. The right DJ would be able to put it in somewhere.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. So this has got like the laid back kind of chill. Kind of dreamy.
Like I would probably hear this like on Sirius, like a chill radio.
Sure.
The chill station that this I can hear this on there.
Anyway, it's a nice vibe to end the show on.
It's not a bad thing, but it's good.
Oh, this is funny. The female vocal sample in there is a little bit over the line for me, but it's funny.
Speak for yourself.
I don't mean over the line, other than it was like
unnecessary.
No, I take that back.
Okay.
It's funny. I liked it.
Okay. I can do without it, but
maybe I can do without the scratching.
Yeah. Now it's gotten more like Florida breaks.
Right. So that's really good.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I feel like it gets into the scratching, like, okay, but the initial vibe and how he used the melody with the little swing to it, and it's deep and groovy. Definitely an honorable mention. All right, so we're gonna have to stop there. So it's just like last time, we heard so many amazing submissions, and it's been a really, really difficult to make up our minds about which ones to choose. And we've picked our official winners, but also, just to be clear, there still may be a little bit of change in that because of this amazing offer from Christian to do the releases on Tronic. I mean, that's just, I couldn't have asked for more. So thanks once again to Christian for dropping that on us earlier in the show. And, I'm going to be in touch with everybody directly. I've got all your emails. I've got you guys that are all in the Discord as well, about what the release plans are and like what the details are. Yes, you need to join the Discord.
Yes.
And
I have Discord. I've just haven't been on it much. Yeah.
So yes, while we've announced winners today, it is still not quite the end of the story. There's the putting the releases together, right? And also I was thinking about like what to provide for, like, as a, someone like, what was Luminous Cloud was asking, like, so what do we get if we didn't win? Like, all right, well, Bandcamp codes for music, like, I would be happy to share any of my music that's on Bandcamp for you guys. So that's something that I will contact you about. I think that's like a nice, easy thing to do for everybody.
Or how about just a Bandcamp release or something?
Well, okay, and that's the other idea, is that, like, what if there's some cool tracks, like, the more kind of ghetto tech one, or the more deep, weird ones that could, like, I mentioned Serotonin is a possibility to do, like, the alternative sort of stuff, right? So look at this as just sort of all opening doors to possibilities, and the story is not finished yet. So For now, though, for this stream and for this project, I'm gonna say, like, you know, for the purposes of the stream, the challenge is pretty much finished. Of course, I will let everybody know, and we'll announce when the releases are coming out and everything. But those of you who are like in the game, I'll be contacting you directly, and Christian will be as well, I assume, about like getting the final versions and mastering when mastering needs to be done and all that stuff. So
Cool.
thanks you guys for hanging out. It was really awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. And before I forget, so it's almost Christmas here, and next week is the 20th already, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to be on the road that day. I was hoping to like squeeze in one more stream before Christmas, but as it's working
tough.
out, as it's working out. So I think this is officially the last stream of the year, and I will be back shortly after the new year with whatever happens next. I'll think of something to do.
Yeah, we might have a live Twitch stream. We'll be playing our versions of this probably.
Awesome. Okay, that was an oversight. Why didn't we play? Oh my god!
You don't play it.
No, I have to go. I feel bad.
Yeah, perfect.
We'll do it another time. We'll do it another time, and we can play your actual remixes.
We'll hear everyone's feedback.
Yeah,
it's only fair.
It's only fair.
Only fair.
Yeah.
All right. Nice one. So
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Really glad to have you. It's been a pleasure as always. And thanks to everyone watching today. And I'll see you next year. Or
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, Merry Christmas
Happy
and
New Year.
happy holidays.
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
All right. Adios.
Cheers.
Cheers.
euphonium sound. It takes you to the zone. In the zone you're free to move through the stars. In the zone you see the Zoid never dies.